Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to go over whether or not this Bommer 2200 will work on a 20 millimeter door. 20 millimeter is basically 3/4 inch. A little heavy on that. So I've got a 2200, which is a half surface hinge. It's got tension on the spring, so I'm going to remove the tension so that I can measure the hinge. When the tension collar is pointed towards the top, turn it clockwise with the tension pin, and at that moment you can carefully release the tension. That one had a lot of tension on it from the factory. Okay, so we've got the tension removed, and now we can really measure this because the factory's not clear whether or not the template, I should say, is really not clear whether or not it will work on a specific door thickness from the drawing. So that's what you see, and your door will fit in here, obviously. The door will swing out that way. When you're on the inside of the opening, your door would sit here. So the question really becomes, what is the dimension of the leaf that will be attached to the jamb? Meaning, if your door thickness is 20 millimeter, the rabbet of the frame is likely slightly greater. You'll have possibly a small inset of the door into the rabbet, and then when the door comes to the closed position, there's usually a very small gap between the face of the stop and the face of the door. I suppose it could be 0 as well, but there's probably a small gap there. So really the question is, from the door face down to the end of the leaf, you can see that that leaf is basically 1.1/16 inches or so. So I'm going to measure this on my desk where I can be a bit more accurate with it. And I can tell you that it's 1.1 inches. So from where the door leaf, from the face of the door leaf, where the door will sit, to here is 1.1 inches. From here to here is 1.1 inches. So can you make that work on your door? Well, if your rabbet's really that small, the answer is kind of no. I suppose you can take and grind this all down so that you can make a go of it, so to speak. But when you look where the 3/4 inch is, you're going to be hitting those screws, or very close to them. So I suppose if you had to grind that down and just simply drill a couple of new holes, that might be what you have to do to make this work on such a thin door. And really, something like this will be more suited for 1 3/8 thick door, a common door size here in the United States. Okay. So the dimensional review of that pocket is, or the rabbet space is what we've given. Overall width of that leaf looks like it's about 1.13/16 inches. But again, 1.1 inches. So some modification will have to be made, or perhaps you can alter your stop, or maybe remove the stop of the frame if it's removable, and account for the leaf to run long. You might then apply mortise, chisel, route the back side of the stop to accommodate the thickness of the leaf, which is probably 60 thousandths. Let's take a look at that and be clear. 0.083, 83 thousandths of an inch thick. And there you go. Hopefully that helps answer the question on the door thickness. Thank you very much.